Welcome and thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to have a great time together reading the story that I have, Joseph and the Famine. This is going to be a story retold by Catherine Stewart. We have pictures by Chris Mullen, and we have here lots of pictures here that Chris Mullen has illustrated so that we can get an idea here exactly what had happened during this time in the Bible. And we're going to see it just come to life with all these pictures. This is what we have in the series. Again, Joseph and the Famine. And you'll see here, Joseph is looking closely, perhaps at his brothers as they come towards him in Egypt because of this famine that we're talking about. All right, we might be familiar with this story, perhaps, but this is the scene that I'm getting from the cover. And so let's get started here in the front cover. I see... Here's Joseph holding some food here, some food that is in a sack that has been saved here, right? So let's get started to the first page. When Joseph was a boy, he had been sold by his brothers to merchants who took him down to Egypt as a slave. He grew into a wise and clever man, and Pharaoh the king made him governor of all Egypt. There came many years of bad harvest, and there was famine in Egypt and the nearby countries, right? It affected a lot of the world back then. Well, here it says that clever Joseph had saved enough grain from the good harvest of the years before to make sure that no one in Egypt had to go hungry. Many people from far away came to Egypt to buy corn for their starving families and animals. They had to go there because that was like the only place that everyone heard and knew that you can get food from at this time where there was like no food available. What a scary situation to be in. A famine had occurred. Not necessarily like a natural disaster, but it's something that is affecting so many people in a very crucial way here. It's like a epidemic here of a shortage of food, very shortage of food. And you'll see here, it's like Joseph is taking charge of everything that's going on here to make sure that people who ask for food get food, and everybody's taken care of here under Joseph's care. It says here, in Canaan, Jacob, the father of Joseph, said to his sons, "You will have to go to Egypt and buy some corn so that we may stay alive." So back in Canaan, back where his family has been living all this time while Joseph was in Egypt, their father Jacob, right? That's Joseph's father, said to his sons that were there with him, "You will have to go to Egypt and buy some corn," right? They have to buy grain. Corn, that is. 10 of Jacob's sons were to go down to Egypt, but he would not let his youngest son Benjamin go with the others. He had always loved his youngest sons, Joseph and Benjamin, best. He believed that Joseph was dead, and he did not want to risk losing Benjamin too. It was not something he was wanting to risk here. Very much so. You'll see here the people were affected all the way in Canaan. And we're talking about Joseph's family. We're able to see that this is happening in their family. They don't have the food at all. They didn't expect this. And there was a lot of them, right? They really needed to get food here. Whatever food was available, apparently Egypt has some.